So here's a new mat that has the handholds cut in it. And our old mats just have these two holes where the handholds would be. So we're cutting handholds in the existing mats. Here we are set up here. Just get the stand here. And here's about how fast it goes. Stop just short of cutting it all the way because I got to get this piece out. If you don't take this piece out, it causes a lot of havoc in there in the bit. So we'll put that over there and we'll just finish the cut now. So there's that, and what we'll do is we'll run it over with it, a little round over bit, like this, and just clean up the sharp edge here. I also like to just do the this edge too, because you're going to be having your hand there. So I do this. That's about how long it takes to cut a handhold. Now the only thing we have to do is the underside, we got to flip the mat over and run that round over a bit underneath here. And we do have to remove a couple of these cleats that are real close so that the router can sit flat. I could just do this front edge here, but it's nice to round over the whole thing. So either way, they look good. Goes pretty quick. I made this little jig, and don't mind this little spot here. I messed up with the bit hit there, but that's the jig. Got a spot for the vacuum, which was important because it was putting a lot of chips everywhere. And then I just glued in some of this foam here. That's not the best install, just some hot glue, but it just kind of keeps some of the chips from blowing out the bottom, especially with the threads underneath there. Kind of just fills in the gap, and it's a lot cleaner So that's kind of how I did that. It's just pretty crude, just some glue on plywood, and but luckily this shape here is perfect. We just took it off this mat here, used a router bit to get that profile, and we had to make it a little bit longer. It's the same distance from the edge of the mat, but we had to make it a little longer because the way they drill these holes, if you don't make it longer, then you don't cut the hole out all the way. So now if you can see, both those holes will be eliminated once you cut that out. Before, with the original size hole, it would be almost like that, and you wouldn't have the full hole. So we just made it a little bit wider, side to side, and that fixed that problem. So we got 4 handholds on one mat, and I'm still trying to decide if I want to put some in the end here, just like I have this one. We haven't done that yet, and the mats that I got with the handholds does not have the handhold there, but I think I'm going to put them in because you're just constantly grabbing these things and trying to move them around. And grabbing the handholds is fantastic. You can move them, you can pick them right up. But grabbing these holes constantly, you're putting your finger in the hole to, and then your finger, I got big fingers, so they get stuck in there, and that's not fun. So either way, it's pretty quick, and you can see on the floor here, not a lot of dust. It was just chips and plastic everywhere. So, but the biggest thing that I learned is this piece, you got to cut this piece out, get close with it, and then you just got to take some side cutters and cut it out of there. What happens is the vacuum pulls it down. I bet if that jig was bigger it'd be better, but the vacuum pulls it down, and then it goes, it might go like, sorry, you're off frame. The vacuum, if you don't take this piece out, right, the vacuum pulls it down, and then it might go sideways or whatever a little bit, and then the router bit catches it, and I almost bent my router bit. So so either way, you get close, you can see here I was right there, and I just used the side cutters and just I just cut it out of there, physically took it out, and then finished the operation. So anyhow, that's cutting holes in mats, and it's a lot better. We've done a bunch of them already. We got a bunch more to do, so that's what we're doing. It's not a nice night outside for doing tree work. It's snowing, so we're in here where it's warm, cutting out handholds. Have a good night. Thanks for watching.